Hi, my name is Richard. I'm a cosplayer. Normally I do characters that look like me. I do Indiana Jones' dad, Henry Jones Sr. from The Last Crusade. I do old Ben Kenobi from A New Hope. I do John Hammond from Jurassic Park. I do Cerberus and Selmy from Game of Thrones. All these characters, they basically all look alike. They all look like me, so I don't have to do makeup or anything like that. And the one exception that I have is this character, because I just love the character of Chief Jim Hopper from Stranger Things. And for that, I trim my beard really short, so it's kind of stubbly, and I make it dark brown. So I couldn't find anything online as far as on YouTube, as far as videos about the costume or cosplay. So several years ago, I did a series of 3 videos. And this is a replacement for the third one because I have new things to talk about. So video 1 covers the shirt, the things on the shirt like the patches, the badge, the pen, the name tag, the undershirt, the pants, the belts, the boots. Video 2 covers the hat, the revolvers, and the holster, which doesn't seem like much to cover in a video, but believe you me, the revolver thing, his pistol is complicated. And this is video 3. It'll cover the wristband, the watch, sunglasses, knife, coffee mug, and the parka. So first with the wristband. It's one of those things, it's always nice in cosplay where you get something that's 100% screen accurate and cheap. And this is one of those examples. And I just checked, you can still get these online. And they come in these little sets. And it's spunci, or spunci, I don't know. It has an umlaut. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. Spunci, everyday and active, 6 pieces. And it's this little set of hair ties in these, vivid 80s colors. And you can just take off the bottom one, which is turquoise, and you can put it on there, and there's your screen accurate wristband. Now, this is, of course, there's the back. This is very sentimental to Jim Hopper. The first time you see him, he's getting ready for work. He goes in the shower. He wears it in the shower. And it's because of this, of course, the backstory with his daughter. So that's that. Now, the next thing is the watch. Now, the watch is another thing that, I think this is, I got one in like perfect condition. It runs really well. And it was like maybe $25 on eBay. And this is called an Atlantis 100 night mode version. And I don't know if you can see how well you can see it right there, but it says Atlantis right there on the band. Now there's other versions that say triathlon or say expedition, but this is the, and it says Indiglo right there. But this is the Atlantis version. And he wears a little compass on there, and these are inexpensive. You can get those on eBay for, I don't know, a few dollars. And when I got it, they came in a set of 2, so I gave one to another cosplayer. So there's your screen accurate watch and wristband. You're good to go there. Now, next are sunglasses. Now these are, he wears a Ray-Ban Outdoorsman. And I'm actually not sure if they have the cable style or like the more modern ones. Well, I got these because they kind of look more vintage. And they have this little rubber thing or tube thing that goes across. Now, you can get these for around $100. The thing is, I'm at a Comic-Con and I'm running around and I just have a real bad track record with sunglasses. I drop them, I step on them, I sit on them, I break them. I leave them in restrooms. There's a lot of bad things that can happen to my sunglasses. So I'm not going to buy $100 sunglasses. So these knockoffs, they look perfect pretty much. And they're like $5 on eBay. Now the knife. At first I puzzled when I saw this thing on his belt. And I go, what is that thing? But it's a little knife, but rather than being in a sheath, it just has like a spring steel clip on the back. It clips on your belt. And it's made in England, and it's called a Sheffield Superior Folder. Now, they're still made, and you can get new ones, and they're inexpensive. To get the screen accurate one, it's an older model, and it has the name Sheffield in italic script inside of an oval on the blade. And once again, my phone is pretty bad. I don't know if you can see that. Of course, now you couldn't take this into a Comic-Con, so it's for a cosplayer, it's pretty useless. But since it was only a few dollars, I thought I would get that. So now there's a couple weird things. Coffee mug. In the very first episode, he comes into the station and there's a coffee maker on the table and there's just a bunch of random mugs that they don't match, and they have different graphics on them. And he just kind of grabs one as he goes and puts coffee in it. And he walks around with it like this, so you can't ever see what it says. Now, my theory about these mugs is that they're just mugs that different local businesses in Hawkins maybe had as promotional things, and just the police department over the years ended up with a bunch of them. You can sort of see one on the table. It looks like it has trees. And there's somebody on Etsy that sells a mug that has trees on it. It says something, Hawkins, Indiana, or visit Hawkins, or whatever it says. And it's kind of like that. But as far as if that's the one he picks up, and also when he goes into his office and sits down at his desk, and he's talking to Joyce there in the first, just at the beginning of episode 1, season 1, and we can see one sitting on his desk that looks like it has trees on it. But he also comes, as he walks in, he says this quote, I told you mornings are for coffee and contemplation. And that sounds like a little slogan that would be on a coffee cup. So you can just buy these coffee cups. So my theory is that they've got one of the coffee cups that they have sitting around they got randomly somewhere that says that on it. And he's picked up this phrase from the cup. And at Comic-Cons, you got to stay hydrated, and I like having practical props like this. I can drink it. I've had water in it. People have given me coffee in the morning. I've had IPA in it. I was at one Comic-Con, and there were some other Stranger Things cosplayer, and they said, "What do you have in your mug?" And I said, "Well, I actually have beer in it." And they said, "Oh, well, you're staying in character." Now, this is going to seem like a weird prop to have, and it has nothing to do with really anything official. But, Jim Hopper, he loves his donuts. And, I have this replica. It's just an airsoft pistol that I modified. It's the Rick Grimes zombie killer, but it's got a longer barrel. Same as the season 2 pistol and revolver. And then I hacked the barrel and I rebuilt it. So, and I've got the holster, and I could go around with this thing in the holster, except here in California, this would be banned at almost all of our Comic-Cons. You can't have anything that even though it's plastic, I took out all the screws, the springs and everything. So I took out everything ferrous. So this could pass through a metal detector. It's just solid plastic. I glued it back together. The trigger doesn't even work. Everything is fixed. Yet, I couldn't take it into a con. So what do I do? So I got this foam donut, and I put that in my holster, and I snap it in there. And I walk around like that at Comic-Cons, and people love it. People always notice that, and they love it, and they think, well, that's really in character that you have a donut. But I kind of do it out of necessity. Another thing you have oftentimes at Comic-Cons is you have law enforcement walking around, keeping an eye on things. And when they see me in that outfit, they do a double take. And the first thing they do is glance down at my holster. And as soon as they see the donut in there, I get a big heads up, or a big smile, or a big thumbs up from those guys. So that works. Now we come to the Parka. And this I just got a couple weeks ago, and I just got the patches put on it yesterday. And I'm in California. It's hot. I don't know if I'll ever wear this thing at a Comic-Con, but I've been searching for one of these for almost 10 years, and they're scarce as hen's teeth. And one of them came up on eBay for $40 or $35. So I think in my size, and I had to get it. And now it's called a B9 Parka, or it's a kind of a version or knockoff of a B9 Parka, which was something developed by Eddie Bauer for the U.S. Army Air Corps in World War II, the style. but they're very popular after World War II for police agencies and so forth, this style. Now, what makes it a B9 Parka? It's just a particular style where you've got this thing goes over, you got these big buttons, slant pockets, you have these pockets here. Now these come, and it's got like a dark blue fake fur thing, and they'll call them a split hood parka. Now, so what's a split hood parka? So if you look on the back of it, well, lo and behold, the hood is split. It's got a zipper, you zip it up to make the hood. And then when you're not wearing the hood, you can open it up and it kind of looks like a collar. And the company, these, are the United. Now this one doesn't say that, but people say that these are made by a company called United Pioneer. Now sometimes you'll see them with a shiny nylon shell. It shouldn't be like that. It should be with this cotton shell that's kind of more dull. And then I have the Hawkins patches, police patches put on it. And this was, there's a bunch of, you look at these Hawkins police patches like on Etsy and eBay, and there's a ton of ones that are just incredibly inaccurate. And this was the most accurate. It's still not totally screen accurate. It's the most accurate one I could find. And it was a guy in England was selling these. But you can do your research and you can see that that's pretty darn accurate. The actual patches in the show are very strange because the stars are irregular in size and they're not symmetrical. Like this one over here is like smaller. Some of them are smaller and bigger. And I think it was purposely done to just make it look a little unsettling or a little off kilter. And in the same manner, the flag patches that they use on the show are not actual U.S. flags, because in the U.S. flag, this blue field rests on a white stripe, this white stripe. And the Stranger Things one, it goes down one stripe further and rests on a red stripe. And I had to have these made because I have the same ones in the shirt, as you can see. So that'll do it for my video series. So just in the comments, if you have any questions or need any clarifications about anything, just feel free to ask.